Alright, it has been about 3 years since I've done one of these, and to be honest, a lot has changed. So, without wasting any time here, I'm DasFood, and today I'm going to tell you, yes, you specifically, what your DBD main says about you, and we're starting with survivors. Consider this an Enneagram test, but it's even more useless. Without further ado, let's jump in and start with DBD's OG boy, Dwight Fairfield. If you main Dwight, you are either a 10,000 hour player who's just insanely cracked at the game, or you're incredibly new and very bad at the game. Also, if you're the former, you're probably not as nice as you think you are. Meg Thomas. You've also played the game for thousands of hours, but somehow you still haven't figured out looping and run into obstacles all the time. Claudette Morel. The toxic contingency has been withdrawn from your ranks, like venom being sucked out of a wound. Side note, don't do that, you die too. Now, you're almost definitely a chill person who just vibes with Claudette's lore, which is cool because she's awesome. Jake Park. You're definitely a middle child, which led you to picking the most overlooked member of the original 4 survivors. On the bright side, the devs have not forgotten you, and you do get cool cosmetics quite frequently. Nia Carlson, you are almost definitely a longtime DVD player. Moreover, I'd wager quite a few shekels that you used to watch Noob 3 back in the day and run toxic builds. Laurie Strode. You're straight up evil. I'm sorry, I know the Laurie character is kind and compassionate and all that, but y'all are some demons. Ace Visconti and Steve the Hare Harrington. You come in one of 2 flavors. One is to play these characters because you like to goof off and make others laugh. How cool. The other, though, is the lot of you that like to use these characters to be nasty under the guise of joking around. I prefer the former over the latter, and I think everybody agrees with me. William Bill Overbeck and Rebecca Chambers. Y'all are guardian angels who will stop at nothing to save your teammates. I am literally always happy to see you on my team. Feng Min, or Feng Min, I'm gonna get in trouble no matter how I say it. People assume you're a sweaty gooner, but you're probably neither of those things. You probably just enjoy Feng's cosmetics and like playing as a little gaming gremlin. And you know what? You're right. Feng's cool. David King. I know what you are. Quentin Smith and Detective David Tapp. You're good at the game, fun to be around, and desperate for more cosmetics, especially for the Quentin mains. Kate Denson. You've probably put quite a few hours into this game, and after all that time, you find Kate to be a warm, comforting presence, a steady point of pleasantry in a game that goes up and down quite often. Also, country girls are great, and you made an awesome choice. Adam Francis. You actually prefer your main to stay under the radar. As long as Adam keeps getting regular cosmetics, you're totally fine with having one of DBD's cooler survivors nearly all to yourself. Jeff Johansson. No 2 ways about this one. You're almost definitely a metalhead. I'd bet dollars to donuts you also either have a dad bod, a dog, or both. Jane Romero. Maybe this will change now that Jane's getting some more love from the devs, but right now, I find you to be the most likely to flame your own teammates in the post-game chat. Very aggressive bunch, you Jane mains. Ashley J. Williams. I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this. You are old as hell, brother. But it's cool. At least you have immaculate taste in survivor mains and movies. Nancy Satan Wheeler. Remember when I said Laurie was sweet but her mains are demons? Carry that same sentiment, but replace the word demons with something more along the lines of devils. Y'all are devils. You scare me. Shout out to the nice Nancys, both of you. Yui Kimura. Not even gonna lie, you are so freaking cool. I adore Yui mains. Definitely the type of person you're down to hang out with after work. Y'all are so chill most of the time, and I appreciate you for it. Zarina Kassir. Everybody thinks their character is the coolest, but you are absolutely certain that you're right. You vibe hard with Zarina and will defend her to the bloody end in a way that most players won't do for their mains. And you know what? Fair. Zarina is great. Cheryl Mason. You speak to your therapist regularly about how big bad behavior won't give your favorite character a non-linked cosmetic. You love Cheryl, but you feel like the devs have dropped the ball in really letting this peacock fly. Felix Richter. Ich sehe dich. Ich weiß, was du bist. Elodie Ricoto. You're probably a lore person who fell in love with Elodie's character long before they actually started giving her cool cosmetics, which was just icing on the cake. Best girl, Yunjin Lee. I've been accused of being too pro Yunjin in the past, so I'll keep this brief. You're perfect, you're flawless, and you're better than everyone else here. You've done literally nothing wrong, ever. Jill Valentine. You're tired of the Jill sandwich joke. You also love Resident Evil, but ironically hate the Resi 3 remake. Leon S. Kennedy. You are just a golden retriever. Your soul is made up of nothing but good intentions and sunshine. It's a shame you've never watched any of Mr. Taterhead's videos, because if you had, people would be much happier to team up with you. Michaela Reed. The low-hanging fruit here is to say that you're into tarot cards and Starbucks witchcraft, but the honest truth is you're much more likely to just be a redhead who loves Michaela's curls, which is totally valid. Jonah Vasquez. You don't believe in bad tactics, just bad targets. I'm kidding, of course. The reality is that you're likely just a chill guy that enjoys playing as DBD's equivalent to Guy Fieri. Yoichi Asakawa. I tried to avoid getting to a licensed character and just saying like, oh, you love the license they come from, because, duh. But it's very true in this case. You adore Ringu and probably have some scorching hot takes about the American remake, good or bad. Hattie the Baddie Carr. You're either a lovely, fantastic person or literally the meanest, most deranged person Twitter has ever seen, which is a pretty high bar. There is very little middle ground in the hive. Ada Wong. You are Leon Kennedy in that you love Ada Wong and would literally do anything for her. Understandable, honestly. Vittorio Toscano. You are a total wild card. I have no idea what Vittorio mains are like or why they chose this character. That's not an insult, by the way. I just have no working preconceptions about Vittorio mains because his character and skins are kind of all over the place. Talita Lyra. The overwhelming odds are that you just find Talita cute, which is a great reason to play a character. That, or you really love the sibling angle, which is super wholesome, and that just makes me happy. Heinatu Lyra. You're an introvert with a heart of gold. I'd bet real USD dollars that you own a cat, too. Not sure why I feel that way, I just feel like you definitely do. Gabriel Soma. You are starved for attention and love to talk about how your main never gets any new cosmetics. You erroneously blame Sable Ward for all of your problems, even though she actually doesn't statistically receive all that many cosmetics either, at least to this point. Nicolas Cage. You are that guy, pal. A total winner that everyone loves to be around. Keep up the good work. Ellen Ripley. You're sad that the game couldn't get Sigourney Weaver's actual likeness, but you love Ripley enough to keep trucking along all the same. You're a big film buff, and you correctly believe that the original Alien is a total and complete masterpiece of the genre. Alan Wake. You believe the Alan Wake paragraph to be the most underrated addition to ever come to DBD, and you're happy to debate that with literally anyone who takes you up on it. Sable Ward. You're honestly just tired of receiving hate for liking a popular character. You don't care that people call Sable a fake goth or that they call her mains gooners. You just want to be left to enjoy your favorite character, and I hope you get to go there someday. Astri Yazar and Bearmar Uraz. You exist, apparently, which is kind of news to me. The odds are high that you're a permadiem who puts together great sessions for your friends. You always want to ask after each session how everybody enjoyed it, but you don't because you don't want to come off as needy. And it is a tightrope to walk, I feel you there. Laura Croft. You were just as surprised as the rest of us when your all-time favorite gaming icon came to DBD. It didn't make a lot of sense at the time, but she's here now, and you couldn't be happier. Trevor Belmont. You are stoked to have a survivor with such a unique, dark aesthetic. If you're a Castlevania fan, you also have a strong preference one way or the other between OG Castlevania and the newer tone of the TV show, which I'm told is actually rather different. Tori Kane. I'd wager that you're excited to main a character that is more or less totally evil. But even more than that, I think you just like her accent, which is admittedly very cool. And if you think I forgot about those of you who play as legendary skins, don't worry, you're getting covered too, starting with Jonathan Byers. You have a bad taste in mains. You could have chosen literally anybody, and you picked this guy. I mean, it's your life, but that was what we will call an interesting decision. Not a compliment. Alessa Gillespie. You are not worthy of my trust. I do not trust you. Sybil Bennett. You're a big fan of leather pants, aren't you, Squidward? I see you. Lisa Garland. You better be the teammate that heals everybody. I don't know what you are actually like, but if you go out of your way to play the nurse character and don't even bring healing builds, then I'm not sure what we're doing here, frankly. James Sunderland. You're depressed. Maria. You love the original Silent Hill 2 just as deeply as geeks like me love the books that Game of Thrones was based on. Also, like GOT fans, the mere mention of the franchise's latest effort, in this instance meaning the 2024 Silent Hill 2 remake, you're prepared to go on a multi-hour diatribe about everything you hated about it. At least it subverted your expectations. And hey, maybe you were one of the people who really liked the reboot. You do you. Claire Redfield, you think Ada is overrated and don't understand what Leon, I mean other people, see in her. You also definitely own a cosplay of Claire's jacket. Sheva Alomar, your friends slowly but surely clear the room whenever you start talking about how Resident Evil 5, quote, wasn't that bad, and quote, had some good ideas. That's technically somewhat true, but it's been long enough and you need to let it go. Chris Redfield, there is a certain bloodline related joke that you either find really funny or really, really stale. I personally still find it to be very funny, but I'm curious to see how both Chris mains feel about it. Carlos Oliveira. If you're going to go as far as to main remake Carlos, a side character from a generally disliked video game, I'm going to assume it's for one of two reasons. Either you think he's hot, which, yeah, that's fair, or it's because he's just a chill dude. Fair play either way. Saga Anderson and Rose Marigold. This entry is hard because I know nothing about Alan Wake as a franchise, and I literally just never see these two characters in the wild. So screw it. Let's try to make something of this. For Saga, we'll say you love her because you're a Houndmaster main, and according to the wiki, they share a voice actress in DBD. For Rose, I really don't know. You enjoy going to your local diner? You like waffles and coffee or something? Again, I really don't know. Leon and Simon Belmont. You think the wrong Belmont was given priority in the Castlevania chapter. Your favorite Belmont is obviously the coolest. Alucard. Not gonna lie, Alucard has joined the illustrious ranks of being the latest survivor where when I see them, I know that they're either going to be absolutely cracked as hell or total and complete booty cheeks. Very, very little in between. Y'all tend to be pretty good at the game though. And finally, Soma Cruz. Given that Soma has been in the game for a total of 7 minutes, I'm going to assume you had another main for a while before deciding to shake things up. I'm not sure that this change will last, but I'd imagine you're having fun with this new character, which is kind of the exact point of video games, so good on you. But that is going to do it for this video. Let me know in the comments below, did I get you correctly or am I way off base? I am always eager to hear. Thank you so much if you watched this. I know I haven't been posting a lot lately, but it always does mean a lot to me. Hey, if you're not following my Twitch, I may be able to start streaming more once I move in about a month, so please do follow that. I plan to be live a lot more often, and I'd love to see you and chat with you in person there. Outside of that, thanks again for watching. Hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are, and until the next video, I've been Das Food. Bye, friends.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness.